All right, it's live right now. Okay.
Oh,
Hello,
okay.
everyone.
It's on already.
Okay. Uh, okay. I'm very happy that I get to do this right now. It's an introduction to Groovy and Android. So it's by me, GT Liu, and Kevin Tan. So we'll be present to you amazing language and how to use it in Android. So I'm going to do an introduction to Groovy. So what is Groovy? So when I first heard of Groovy, Groovy is like a strange language, you know, it's kind of like what Austin Powers would say, like groovy. It's like it's very strange. So I don't really take it seriously until, you know, I started using it. And I think everyone should use it. It's amazingly awesome. So what is Groovy? So it's a JVM language. It's a superset of Java. You can use most of the Java stuff, just a little bit of differences. Hence, you see the graph over here now. So just a minor media difference. So I'm going to show you a bit of code just to get you running. Okay, for myself, I'm a Python guy. So using Java has been a pain for me because it's so statically typed and you have to do a lot. You have to write a lot of stuff just to get one thing running. With Groovy, it kind of take me home. It takes me home to feels like writing in Python. It's kind of cool. So you can check the download, installation, and documentation through this link. So do check this out. Because right now I'm just going to do a little bit example just to let you have a taste of Groovy. It's not a new language. It's like it started like 10 years ago, but it's quite niche. And none of the people that I met knows about Groovy. Just a handful of them, like one or two. So you guys should know it. Okay, so enough talk. So let's get down to the code. So how do we write a Groovy code? Okay, oops, I'm spoiling myself here. All right. First, how to do hello world. So no, okay. It's system.out.print hello world. So this is
Um,
how we do a hello
you're
world.
not showing you're not showing your screen yet, so you
Okay.
need to actually pop up your ID and see how it goes.
All right. Hopefully, I won't show my face. Then. Okay. Stop the screen sharing and change share. Is it good? All right. Okay. So to do a hello world, so it's kind of like this: system.out.println and hello world. You just run. Okay, so this is how you do a hello world. So how do we do it in Groovy? So simple, you just copy paste this. I already create a Groovy class. Oops. Paste it. And I run it. There. I write a Groovy code. Okay, so what's the difference between this and Java? Okay, so it's kind of simple. You just take off this. And it works. Because Groovy automatically import the system.out and all those utils. Okay, so what other features that are Groovy is different than Java is the parentheses is optional. So you don't need this, and semicolon is optional, and bam. Okay, so this is how we look at Groovy. Most people write it like this. Okay, maybe people. Okay, public is automatic, so you don't need public as well. Yeah, see. Okay, so next I'm going to talk about defining variables. So in Java, I'm sure everyone knows about this. String x equals to string, and we just print a string out. Okay, to run this. Okay, so yeah, so and if you want to I'm sorry, again, if you want to define a integer variable, you just have to do like this. Okay, so how do you do the same thing in Groovy? So as with the previous example, it works just like that. It just works. So for you guys that wants to migrate to Groovy, it's kind of simple. Most of you, what you need to do is just copy paste your code into the Groovy class. Okay, so there's one additional features that in Groovy that's different from Java. So this is the dynamic typing. So what does this mean? It means that it can be string, and suddenly it become an integer. Okay, let's show if it's an integer. That's by adding a number. There. See, it's dynamic type. It assigns the type to it on runtime. Yeah, so this variable. Okay, third is classes, which is kind of fun for me. Okay, to be okay. So to be clear, let's create a Java class first. Let's make it doc. Let's make it private string name, private integer age. Okay, the dog has a name and an age, and of course, you need a constructor. Thanks to the IDE, I don't need to do all this. I don't need to type all this together. Okay, right. This is how you do a Java class, and to refer to it in the standard Java way, create a new dog. Okay, let's name it. Let's name this object dot. New dog. What's the name? Name is dot. The age is 12. Okay, dot is a dog with the age of 12. So let's print out the dog's name. Get name dot get age. Yeah. So this is how we get the name and age in Java. Okay, so one question: can we use Groovy? Can we use Java class in Groovy? Of course we can. Let's try it. So let's do it. Doc new doc.
Well, can you? Oh, okay. You can actually write it as this, or you can
Yeah.
write it as a map, anyways, right?
Map,
Because there's another way of.
wait. Map,
Yeah,
can you do map?
yeah,
No, you
can.
cannot do map because it's Java class.
Oh, wait, is
Yep.
this a Java class? No.
Yeah, it's Java class. Yes, it's Java class. It's Java dot Java.
Oh, okay. So you can't. So you can't define like let's say
Yeah. Don't
within
spoil that, please.
colon, then after that dog, then after that age equals to 12.
Yeah, I'll show that later. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, so let's print out doc's name. So how do you get the variable name? No, get the field name. Okay, so you do it like that. Dot name. It seems like I accessing it directly, but actually it's just like dot get name. So let's print it. See, 26. Where 26 come from? Right, let's delete that. There. Dot name. It can refer to the dot class, dot Java class. Okay, so if you want to do it in Groovy class, it's kind of simple. Let's name it cat. Okay, first you just need to get the field correctly. String name. I can do it def also, but it's kind of proper to put a type in there. Okay, so integer age. Okay, the cat has a name and the age. So how do we call Groovy class? Cat equals new cat name. Okay, so this is how we do the constructor. Sure. Cat dot print.
You can print lines.
Print line. Yep. Cat
Can
is.
you try and annotate your cat?
Annotate my cat. What do you mean?
If you annotate your cat to the string annotation, I don't know whether it works or not, but it should work.
Maybe we try that out later in Android.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Okay, so this is string how to say that? Interpolation. Okay, sorry, I bite my tongue there. Okay, this is string interpolation. So double quotes means G string means Groovy string. Okay, so you can do interpolation inside here. If you use single quote, it won't work. Let's stop laughing. Okay, so you see, it's not interpolating. Am I spelling that correctly? Cat is cat.
Okay, there we are.
Interpolate. Yeah. Okay, so this is how we do the what's it called? You assign name and age. So in doc, if you want to do it like okay, let's say if you just want to construct the name but not age, you can do that. In Java, how do we do that? We basically have to what we call overload it, like public. You do another constructor, string name, this dot name equals name. Okay, so this is how we do in Java. And if you just want to define the construct the age without the name, you have to do the same thing here, like copy paste here. You get the idea. Okay. So can we call Groovy class in Java? Oh, of course, absolutely. But there's one catch. You need to define the constructor. You need to do the constructor here. So it's the same thing, constructor. And now you can call the cat class. Again, you can make a cat object over here. Cat, new cat. Where's cat? Cat is 15. System dot print cat dot get name. Okay, notice the get name and get age. I did not write that in Groovy class, right? Okay, it automatically get those things and put those things for us. So it's kind of save a lot of time for us. And it looks pretty also. See, just one small thing versus this. Lots of stuff. All right. So this is for classes. Okay, next is a list. How do we define lists in Java? Okay. List string list. Okay, strings new array list. Yeah, so that's how we do it. Yeah, this is one way to do it. Okay. All right, so we need to add something inside. Add a. Oops, sorry. I just do it more in Groovy right now, so I forgot the semicolon. C strings B. So let's print it up. So strings dot toString. There. So this is how you print out a string, and you define an empty list as a type string. Then you just put in all those things inside the string, and you print it out. So this is how we do in Java. So in Groovy, we just be like this list, empty list, or you straight put in your data inside. A, C, D, green, and it looks kind of short, right? Yeah, so that's how we do list and print it out. Kind of simple. And next is map. Okay, this one is my favorite features because it reminds me a lot about Python. Wait, let's do this better. Okay, let's see. Malaysia has durian. Thailand has tom yum. So to call the values using this Malaysia key, we have to do like anyone who know how to use Python will do it like this. It works. Is it durians? Okay, but you can do it better also, like this. Okay, anyone who does JavaScript will remember this. So it's kind of awesome. So how do we do this in Java? Map, you must put a type string map equals new hash map dot put just the key Malaysia durian map the put. That is how I do it because I'm not that good in Java. I just do it like 6 months in, so no judging. Thailand Tom Yum. So system out the print. We print out whatever that's okay. We want to print out what's Thailand's food. Print the get key. I think get Thailand. Yeah. So this is how we do it. Okay, I think next is closures. Closure is kind of like a big features for Groovy. You can do it in Java 8, of course, but in Groovy, you can do it shorter. Okay, so what is closure? Closure basically is a piece of code. It's like a method that you can put it inside a variable and then you pass it around. Okay, let's do a minor closure. Okay, let's do a list. B, C, D, A. So how do we list this thing out? So we do each. So this one is a closure. So the code runs inside. Actually, it's just like it's like this, where we take away the parentheses. Inside is a code that runs. So let's print whatever that's inside. It means whatever that's the variable that the default variable that it runs. You can do like this also, like string name. Anyone who does Java 8 with Lambda should be familiar with this thing. Yep. Okay, let's do it. Okay, let's run this first. Okay, see, you just list them now all out. So let's do it with it. It works. It's kind of convenient for you to you just do your loops over here, whatever that's inside. You can do like a for loop, yes, of course, but this one is quite awesome. And there's one feature that's I want to emphasize is there's what's called a groovy method that we can do. List or sort in this, as the name implies, it sorts the list. Okay, A B C D. So if you want to make it to capital, let's say B cat dog. and Apple. If we want to capitalize it, capitalize is collect. Inside is the closure. It dot capitalize. Okay, collect means it collects and put into the list. So this one is it returns something. It returns this it dot capitalize. So what we got there is apple, bee, cat, and dog. Wait, I have to write this because it collects into a list in here, so you will print it out. There, it capitalized. So it's just one small line of code. Okay, I do not know how to do it in Java, sorry. Or maybe I can ask someone to do it also. Kevin, can you do it?
Well, technically I can, but I can't remember, like, the verbosity of, how to actually sort in well, basically, right, how to sort in Java is more like, oh, you pass in that list into a comparator, basically. Then after that, the comparator would actually be sorting the letters for you. So there's no direct way of doing things like in Java, basically. So
Okay.
I guess, yeah, you probably just write, like, how many lines of code compared to this. So it's just I mean, it's just so much easier in Groovy, I would say.
Okay, exactly. Okay, in terms of read file and in Java you have to do like input stream, output stream, and in Groovy you just have to do one thing, just like okay, let's make a file. New text. Does it read it over here? Okay, I think it's read. File. File. We must put a URL, right? New file. The URL is text.text. So I think I put it here. Let's try. Text.text. This is a line. This is second line. Right? Oh, dot lines. If reader, yeah. Okay, this one. Is this one? Okay, one.
Just keep on typing, yeah, while I explain the features in Java 8.
Okay.
Because somebody stated to me that just now, right, when you actually do the sorting of arrays, right, it can also be done easily in Java 8 with Lambda. So
Yeah, with Lambda.
oh
Yeah.
god.
Exactly, you can do that. Okay, just hold on for a bit.
Yeah, looking at the syntax of Java 8 is sort of similar lah. They do have some sort of closures, but of course you need to have a return. The return keyword is like map, then after that bracket a, then after that the pointer arrow, then after that return a dot to upper. Well, it works either way.
Okay.
All right, do continue on.
All right, do on. Okay, so oopsie. So I do like this one. I just forgot how to do it for temporary. Sorry about that. File dot text. So there's somebody watching. Oh, I put debug. Oopsie. So Kevin, can you take over this? Maybe I don't know how to do this.
Oh,
Read file.
read file.
Mm-hmm.
Let me have a look at the way to do it first. Let's see now. The file, is it? So basically you do a new file, then after that supply a file name, dot with reader, then after that within the closure itself, right, use the reader as a parameter within the closure itself.
So reader like this.
No, you don't actually put the reader.
Okay.
Okay, there we are.
So
reader, print line reader dot read line or something.
yeah. Print dot something. Print line reader.
Hey, wait, let me have a look. Yeah, but right, you can actually do, reader dot read line just to read out the values. You can try lah, see how it goes.
Okay, maybe I shouldn't demonstrate this since I'm not so sure about this. Okay, hold on.
Oh wait, what does it say? File not found. Because you put your text file somewhere within the package itself. That's why it cannot read.
So where should I put it?
You should put it somewhere in the root project code. Yeah, try again.
Okay, let's try. Yeah,
there we
this is
are.
how we do it. The reader dot line. Okay, so maybe we can do like this. Hit. Try. Oh, okay, so you need the reader. So this is how we refile, just one closure and stuff. Okay, so that's it about introduction to Groovy. So right now I'm going to pass it to Kevin. He's going to talk more about using Groovy to code in Android.
Okay.
Okay, just hold for a minute. Okay, so
I guess I'm gonna
share the the slide, so you can take over from there. I'm just gonna click next and you just explain now.
Yeah, maybe you should display the presentation here while I explain it.
Yep.
Because I'm gonna straight away just open up the IDE from here lah. Much better.
Yep. Okay, so just hold on for a moment. Share. Okay, can you see it? Okay. Okay, so for students that are pondering about the FYP, just use Groovy. Just trust me, it's way better than using Java. Okay, so next. What is this? Okay, previous presentation on Groovy. Okay, this is what Kevin shared to me last year when he introduced Groovy.
Oh, yeah. Can you hear me? Hello?
Hello?
Oh, yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. What happened?
I think you just been cut off or something. I'm not so sure.
Okay, I'll just continue on.
Okay.
All right, now it's your turn.
Okay, so basically, I've actually shared with JT in regards to introduction to Groovy, and yeah, apparently he is pretty impressed of the things that you can actually do with Groovy. So I have actually posted a link to my to my slide share just so that you guys can actually refer to it later. So okay, next page.
Can everyone see the what's it called? See those See the slides.
But right, yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right. So all right. So basically, Groovy has reached version 2.4 as a major release, and it has Android support as of now, which is a really which is a really good thing because well, people are actually um, looking forward to a change in Android, just because you can actually change your programming language to something else like Kotlin. But to me, right, it's just a matter of well, for me, right, in terms of convenience, Groovy is actually a better way of doing things. In the sense that you can actually reduce the verbosity, you can actually do more stuff. With Of course, there are some overheads when it comes to using dynamic types, or to say explicit typing, they call it. So uh, well, it's just a matter of annotating all of your classes to to compile static, just so that you don't actually accidentally use the def keyword to actually do your Android work. So this is actually well, the thing about using Groovy in Android projects is that, of course, you need to rely on a Gradle plugin in order to do so. So this Groovy Android plugin is actually being introduced by this guy named Cedric Champu. Um, I believe he's actually one of the contributors to Groovy. So yeah, please do check him out, and of course, look at his website when it comes to when it comes to a lot of information in regards to uh, how Groovy works on Android in general, and of course other stuff that you need to uh, take attention of. All right, next page. Okay, so what I need to explain here is that right now, right, you have the option of writing Android apps in Java or Groovy. Um, but just to let you guys know that writing in Java, writing in Groovy is actually uh, is the same, right? It is the same layer as writing in Java, right? They convert into class files, then after that dex files, then after that classes.dex, then after that being packaged into an APK. So uh, so yeah, I mean, if you actually take a look at the chart over here, is that they are of the same level when it comes to compiling sources, which is really good. That means, right, it doesn't have an additional layer in order to compile to class files. So it's pretty much helpful. And of course, to check out the technical details of Groovy on Android, you can actually check out Cedric's blog over here. So, all right, let's go on. So basically, right, what I'm stressing here is that the ease of use of Groovy is really helping out when it comes to completing Android work. So, um, and of course, you can write Java syntax in Groovy, in Groovy classes, which is really good. Let's say, right, if at one point of time, right, when you actually write your code in Groovy and you find out that the API is actually not working, but you can actually just rewrite that particular chunk of code in Java. Then after that, you compile the code again. Then you find out that it actually works. Um, things like things like you know uh, semicolons. Let's say things like semicolons it's actually negligible in things are actually negligible in what do you call that again? Yeah, the semicolons are actually negligible in Groovy itself, so you don't need to actually write that. And things like things like methods, sometimes methods, right? You don't need to actually bracket them. You just say that, oh, let's say in Android you have start activity, right? You have to supply a parameter inside that particular method itself. But in Groovy, right, you just need to write the method name, then after that a spacing, then after that the parameter name. It's just that easy. All right, so basically what I've talked about when it comes to performance, right? Groovy isn't exactly that optimized when it comes to performance, just because the dynamic compilation is there. You can use the dynamic, you can use the compile static annotation in your classes. Okay, move on to the next slide. Yeah, so what I'm saying is that the solution towards performance when it comes to writing Groovy in Android is that you use the compile static annotation for your classes, and of course, it is to be used as much as possible, just so that you won't actually encounter performance overheads. All right, so let's go to the. All right, so you can actually do mix and match when it comes to compiling your apps, right? In the sense that, oh, if you feel like writing some code in Java, you can do so, or you can actually write in Groovy, which is so much simpler when it comes to executing your work, things like that. You can actually just access the existing Java APIs, which is really convenient. Let's say if I want to use JSON in my Android project, I can actually just use it right away. Or I can actually use Groovy APIs, let's say JSON Slurper. JSON Slurper is another JSON parsing library in Groovy, which I find it to be much simpler, apparently. So yeah, you can actually do two things at the same time, right? Nothing can stop you uh, from mixing and matching, and of course uh, just wing it as you want. All right,
Just wing
so
it.
yeah, just wing it as you want. So let's move to the next slide. So step by step, a step-by-step setup when it comes to writing Groovy in Android is that you have to actually define the plugin in your Gradle file within your project itself. Notice that the second line of let me have a look at my IDE for a while.
Do you
Let's,
want to use screen share for in your side?
yeah, I have already activated my screen share. So basically, right,
Okay,
what
hold
you
on.
need,
Let me check if it's broadcasting to you.
is it broadcasting to me yet?
Hold on. Can you enable the Q&A features on Hangout on Air, please? Q&A. Okay, hold on.
Oh, okay. I've already clicked
Wait.
on Q&A, but the feature is actually disabled.
Yeah, I click on that also.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if I do the Q&A. This feature is disabled. Okay, just hold on for a bit.
Oh, you're enabling the feature, is it?
Yep,
Okay.
I tried to enable it. It doesn't give me an option to enable it.
Oh, okay.
Just hold
By
on
right,
for a bit.
I should be broadcasting live though.
Okay, hold on. I'll switch it to you.
All right.
Okay, there.
Okay, so basically, if you look at my
Okay, Kevin. Okay, whoever that want to ask question, maybe you can post it to the event page, and then I'll read those comment to Kevin if you have any questions, because I cannot find the button to enable the features.
all right, should be fine.
Yep.
So let's continue on. So basically, if you look at my IDE right now, I'm showing the Gradle file for the Android project that I've created. So let's have a look at the structure of the Gradle definition. Look at what I've defined here, which is groovyx.groovy.groovy-android. So that needs to be included in, and of course, in within the dependencies itself, right? You have to actually define compile org.codehouse.groovy, groovy 2.4 groove ID.
It's 2.4.3 right now, right?
By right, yes. By right, yes. But yeah, I'm just keeping it to 2.4 right now. Yeah, you can actually define it higher if you want to. Then that's about it, right? That's about it when it comes to defining your build.gradle file.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yep. This
the
one.
other thing is that you need to actually okay, let's take a look at the project structure when it comes to the Groovy Android setup. Um, Notice that I have separate classes, as in separate packages for Java and Groovy. So basically, right, the directory structure should be source main Groovy for all of your Groovy source codes, and then of course followed by your package. So what else do you need to do? Uh, you need to define your pro guard as well, because when you actually need to release the app, right, to production, you will need to actually define these just so that ProGuard won't obfuscate the the existing Groovy APIs that you use in your project. So let's probably just move on to the next slide if we have one.
Slides. Okay, hold on.
Do we have slides?
Yep. Okay, but hold on for a bit. Introduction, present. Okay, let me switch the screen.
All right.
All right. Okay, so here you go.
Oh, that's just it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing else, right? Okay.
Demo.
I guess I can actually continue on when it comes to presenting the Android project itself. Yeah.
So
Is that
you're
okay?
on the next slide, this one?
Well, if you want to check out the demo, right, there's a link. There's a link posted on the presentation itself that you can actually refer to. But let me just demonstrate a bit more code from my end, basically.
Okay.
All right. So let's take a look at. All right, let's pop in the IDE. Then let's have a look at the Android manifest. Okay, we have main activity and of course second activity. And of course, I'm actually defining the intent filter just so that the second activity starts first, just so that we can see that it's actually working. I guess I can pop up the emulator just so that you can actually have a look on what is actually working. Or maybe not. I mean, we'll be debugging anyways, so I'm just gonna pop up an emulator, see how it goes. Let's see now. Currently, do you see my IDE or not?
Yes.
Can, right? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, it should be fine. Because I'm popping up an IDE right now, so I'm just gonna show something to you guys. All right. So let's see what has been done within second activity itself. Basically, right, as I talked about when it comes to performance, we need to actually disable explicit typing. So which is why the compile static annotation is actually being put there. So so basically, right, what I can do is that within onCreate method within the activity itself, right, I can do set content view. Before that, you were doing things like we were doing things like set content view. Then after that, supply a bracket, just so that we supply a layout ID. Right? Well, as far as I can say, right, you can actually write things in Java, and of course the annotation, right, as in the semicolon is actually negligible, so you can actually deactivate that. I mean, you can actually just just ignore that. In Groovy itself, right, you can actually write things like, oh, set content view, then after that spacing, then after that the layout. It's so easy. And of course, when it comes to parsing JSON, right, it's so easy because I'm using a JSON slurper class within the Groovy API, just so that I can get the results easily. As far as you can tell, right, response result equals to slurper.parse text. This is a JSON string, and then of course the casting is done as such that you put as response result, because you're expecting a response result in Groovy just like that. So casting has this particular syntax in Groovy itself.
Can we check out the response result class?
Oh yes, please do. Let's see now. Let's compile this then. See how it goes.
Check out the class. Just take a look at that class.
Okay. You mean check out the class?
Yep, just go inside the class and see what's inside.
Command B.
Yep.
Well, the response result actually returns a person. Right. So yeah, you have string to string, things like that.
And what's inside the person?
What's inside the person is actually the object.
Mm-hmm.
Well, technically, I don't need to actually do this anymore because Groovy 2.4, right? Groovy 2.4 has the annotation for toString. Look at this. Groovy.transform, annotated with toString. Then after that, when we print the person object, it can actually be printing out the person object as it is. So so I can say that we are, oh, okay. What is this? Could not instantiate global transform class Spock framework. Well, I think I need to actually be disabling Spock for a while, because I was testing the Spock testing in the Groovy Android project. So let's continue on. I'm gonna remove the dependency for a while and see how it goes. Anyways, I'm using JSON snapper to actually parse JSON. So I'm gonna log the I'm gonna log this. All right, I'm gonna print out the response result. Still Control R. I guess I'm gonna show the internal parts on what's actually happening. But in terms of the UI, right? I'll just leave it to you guys. To actually play around with the source code. Later on, I'll be pushing the source code into the repository. Yeah, the compilation is slightly slower a bit.
Right. For viewers, if you're watching this live, you can post question in the YouTube comments, or you can post questions in the event page. So
All
let's go
right.
ahead. I'll take a look.
So I'm compiling into my device right now. So let's have a look then. I don't know whether I actually define my Gradle daemon within my project setup.
Mm-hmm.
By right, it should use one Gradle daemon just so that it can actually speed up compilation. Yeah, still waiting.
Just compiling.
Yeah, that's the usual thing that Java developers say. It's compiling. So okay,
Person, dot person, person, one new person. Okay.
where is that? Is it not compiling onto the device? Oh no, refuse the command. Let me recompile again. Well, anyways, I can still explain things even further. When it comes to Pojo instantiation, right? If you didn't actually instantiate a constructor, I mean, you didn't actually write a constructor within your, you can actually use the map way of writing. So it's really convenient for you to do so. I can just simply say that, oh, new person, then after that name equals to Kevin, then after that, you know, uh, okay. So where's the, oh, here we are. Okay. As you
Kevin,
can
maybe
see,
you want to what's it called? You want to share the whole screen, maybe so they can see the emulator.
I haven't, oh, okay, yeah, I should probably just pop up an emulator to have a look. But as you can see within the logcat itself, right, the values are, you know, the values are showing right here. Oh, I don't know if you can see that or not, but here's the response result that I actually printed out. Can you see that?
Yep, it looks good.
Okay, so basically I just printed out the response result, and of course the casting actually works because we're expecting the response result object anyways. So and of course I demonstrated things like, oh, I define a list of string person one, person two, person three. Then after loop it, and then after that just display the the result of the print. So uh, yeah, it's pretty much simple. And of course, um, the thing is, I can use button dot on click listener, and then after that the closure, instead of using the conventional way of doing things in Android, which is button one dot set on click listener. Then after that you have to supply an anonymous class. So um, so technically we're reducing the verbosity by a lot when it comes to writing in Groovy than in Java. So um, and then the thing is, right, I've been using annotations, right, in view injections in Android, in the sense that I'm using Butterknife by Jack Wharton. Um, well, apparently there's another guy who actually developed another version of Butterknife called Swiss Knife. So basically, you can actually, do the same thing in Android projects. So yeah, you can do things like inject view, then after that supply a button ID, just like that. Uh, then after that, you can straight away just do the same thing in button knife in Java, just so that you can actually write something of this similar syntax. So So yeah, you can either way use Java way of doing things or Groovy way of doing things. It's just so easy. So um yeah, so basically, right, the the second activity actually popped up and of course displays the result for you. I guess I don't need to actually pop up enemy later to actually show you anymore because I'll leave it to you guys when it comes to testing this. Um, and of course, please do try whether the button actually leads to the main activity, right? If it leads to the main activity when you actually click on the button when you compile the project, this proves that this proves that uh, basically, right, when you write Java and Groovy in the Android project, right, it's very interoperable. So uh, New York Times is a very good example when it comes to uh, writing Groovy in Android, because I'm pretty sure that they have written their existing code in Java before, and then they say that they want to transition to Groovy. Uh, then they can just leave their Java classes just like that within their Android project. Then after that, proceed with new modules that you can actually write in Groovy instead. So it's pretty much convenient that way. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Hmm.
Um,
So if you
so
want, okay, if you anyone
yeah,
of you doubt that, whether it really works, in Groovy, I'm gonna just show just a little bit of the app that I've been doing in Groovy. There's like 90% of them is Groovy, and the rest of them is like the previous Java classes that I used in my previous app. Okay, let me show it.
okay.
Uh, share,
You just
share.
need to present on your end, right?
Yep, I have to share, present everyone. All right. Okay, Inception. Okay, so I have to go. Okay, so this is my app for my company table app. Okay, so I just compile it. These are Groovy classes, like detail activity.groovy. Most of them are Groovy, and just the network classes that I used previously, they are Java. You notice the round icon here. That's Java, and this Groovy. You can differentiate between Groovy and Java with the geometry. Yeah, let me run it. Okay, this thing is on Gingerbread, so you see it's kind of runs fine. It works with the sort activity. Bring out the number changer. Can you see this,
Yep, yep.
Kevin?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. So okay, see, it just works. June, May 13.
Yeah, Nasrul actually pinged you.
Yep. Okay,
So,
there.
so it works, right?
Yep, it
Everything?
works. All of them are in Groovy.
Cool.
Yeah, and this runs on Gingerbread. It can compile to Java 1.6. So it works in Groovy, in Gingerbread also, and also the latest one. Yeah, so it works. It's quite smooth also. You see, you don't notice any lag, right? Because most of them is made in compile static. So yeah, that's it.
All right, that's
All
great.
right. So if I don't think there's any question. All right. So if you have any questions about Android Groovy or Groovy in Android, you can post it in the YouTube comment. You can just PM us. Just find us on Facebook or GitHub.
Well, you can
Right?
actually post the questions in the event page as
Yep.
well.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
so we
So
can actually, we can actually look at it like a bit later. Then after that, we'll uh, select a winner for the person who actually asked the best question for this particular Hangouts on air. So, uh, so the thing is, right, we'll be giving out a 1 year's free subscription for an intelligent product. So yeah, we'll we'll select the best winners from that particular person. You know, okay. Yeah,
Question.
that's it. Yeah, the best question, the best question in the Hangouts live. I going to call that again the Hangouts on air, or to say the event page
All right. Okay.
wins. Yeah,
Cool.
that's just it then.
Yep. All right. That's very cool. All right. So thank you, everyone. So